I am here to tell you it is possible. It may not feel like it. It could feel like you are the furthest away from achieving every single trading goal you have. But I'm telling you now, it is possible. I was thinking the exact same thing, and I just thought it would never be a reality that I would ever make my first payout or withdrawal, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, everything has just been combined together, and everything I've learned has just finally started clicking properly, and I could say I am completely profitable now. I've been 3 months of profitability, so it is going really well. I do want to end off November and December profitable, so we're just gonna have to stay focused and disciplined. I started trading in April 2022, and I was just on trading demo for a while. I thought after 5 months I was profitable trading on demo, and then I decided to buy a prop firm account it was on my funding pips in 2022 when they were still around, and I bought a 10k account, and I won't even lie to you guys, that was probably I think I blew the account in like 3 days. So, you know, it just went terrible. I didn't know how to handle emotions, so that was the first challenge I came to, was trading on, I wouldn't say real money essentially, but trading when there is more risk to it, because I did pay for the account. So just the first time I placed the trade, my heart was literally beating insanely, and I know most of you guys could be in this position right now. Some people are just going to a live account, some people just bought their first challenge, and you guys just need to take a deep breath and take it slow. You're going to be feeling emotions, but you need to just take it slow. Then I ended up blowing that account, and I think a month later, I'm going to assume it was like November 2022, I bought another 10k challenge with my funding pips, and I also blew that in like a week, maybe 2 weeks. And you know, the first thing I learned from that again was I was still letting my emotions control the trades. I was revenge trading. I'd take a loss and I would just go, no man, I can't end the day on a loss, and I take another trade, and I take another trade, and then so on, and I ended up blowing the account. And then I put my head down and I actually started focusing, and I realized trading is not a get quick rich scheme, and it is actually going to take multiple years to get a payout. And to me, it feels like it actually went kind of quick. I took 2 years and a couple months, and I honestly thought I'd probably only be getting a payout by like the 3-year mark, maybe 4-year mark. But you know, it has come kind of quick, and a lot of people are surprised. In my previous video, the comments, a lot of people are surprised. I am surprised too. But you know, you just got to keep focused, and once you have a set trading plan, once you have a set system that works for you, I believe anything is possible. If you're going to stay disciplined and patient to it, anything is possible, and you can achieve anything. And I am living proof of that. I am literal proof of that. When you know, you got to find something that sticks with you, and I'm going to get into my strategy and how I ended up getting to the strategy a little bit later in the video. But you just got to find something that works for you and just stay to it and stick it out and learn every single thing you can learn about that strategy. Then in around, I'd say April 2023, I moved to Cape Town. Let me just show you guys. I think everyone's gonna know what the mountain looks like. I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah, wait, let me show it there. There's Table Mountain. Everyone knows what that mountain looks like. Everyone knows that. So I moved to Cape Town, and I got a job, and the job paid nothing, but I used the money that I was making from the job to buy Doyle Exchange's Discord. And this was the first big learning step for me. So I did learn previously supply and demand from Doyle, but it was just on his YouTube and the free stuff he had. And then I actually joined his Discord, and when I joined his Discord, I learned a ton. There was a lot. The webinars in there, I'm gonna shout out Doyle. The webinars in there go crazy. But you know, after still a couple months of trading like that, then I bought a third challenge on my forex funds, and then I think I was down like 1 or 2%, and then my forex funds closed down, so I lost the accounts, and I was like, okay, third account blown now. You know what, it's really unfortunate, but I was still believing in myself. Like, I was really demotivated because I just spent like all the money I was making from my job to pay for Doyle's Discord and then buy this account, and it just got taken away. So I was hella demotivated then, but you know what, I kept pushing. In around, I'm not too sure exactly, I think it was April, May of 2024, I bought a 25k account, and I used the HFT bot to pass that challenge. and then things were going good. I was up like 2%, but then the shitty rules on an HFT prop firm messed me up, so I was not able to get a payout, and I just went all the way into drawdown. And then I switched up my strategy a bit, and then I went back to like regular 5-minute supply and demand, but I was still looking for 5 plus 1 minute supply and demand. You have to go watch the videos to kind of understand what I was going through. And then, you know, I ended up just stopped trading that account. And then a couple months later, I'm not going to just say the date, I don't really remember exactly the date, I bought a 5k funding pips account. Now I passed phase 1 and I almost passed phase 2. I was up like 3% and I need 5% to pass phase 2. And then I went all the way back into drawdown. I was like, you know what, man, I'm sick of prop firms. I'm sick of the spreads, because now I'm trading a new strategy. Not a new strategy, it's the same thing as the 2 strategies that I have been trading before. It's just still the same supply and demand, just on the 1 minute, and spreads were messing me up on funding pips. So then I was like, you know what, I can't do this. I'm gonna go find a broker that allows 0 spreads. And I found Fusion Markets, and I've been trading with Fusion Markets, and that's how I was able to get my first withdrawal or payout. That is just a little bit of a backstory of just like, not exactly like my full story, but how I've gotten to the point where I am now. And I'm just going to go over a couple more things. So the first thing I want to go over is that I created my own system. So from what I learned from Doyle, I took what I learned from Doyle, and then he mentioned something about 1 minute supply and demand. Then I was like, you know what, I like 1 minute supply and demand. I've always liked trading on the lower time frame, like the 1 minute. So I was like, okay, Doyle mentions something about 1 minute supply and demand. Let me go check this out. Got a bunch of his webinars, and then checked how he was trading 1 minute supply and demand. I was like, okay, I really like this. And then I started creating my own system over, this was like pretty much the rest of this year. So I'd say from like June, July, maybe a little bit before that, I was trading 1 minute supply and demand, and well, 5 plus 1 minute. And then I was like, you know what, I really like this, I'm going to continue learning this. Then in around August, or maybe a little bit before that, I created my own system with 1 minute supply and demand. I have my own rules, I have everything that I've learned, and I've put it together, I've mashed it all up, and I've created my own system. You know what I like to call it, actually I've never called it this, but the Andreas concepts, or the AA concepts, you know, that's pretty much what I put together. Like, I've used completely my own knowledge of trading, and I've put it into a system that works for me, and that is pretty much how I've gotten my first withdrawal. Everyone says, all the influencers of traders and stuff, they say you need to put your own like twist into someone else's strategy, or you must create your own strategy, you must have your own twist, your own edge. And that is pretty much the point where I've gotten to, where I've created my own edge, and I know what I am looking for each and every single day. A lot of the challenges I was going through before I became profitable was I could not take a loss. On most days, I refused to end, like I was saying with the first challenge, I refused to end on a loss. Like, I could not stand ending on a loss, and this only got resolved this year, pretty much. Like, beginning of this year, this got resolved, where I was like, you know what, 1 trade a day and I'm done. Maybe 2 max, but mostly 1 trade a day. And I just could not accept a loss. I refused to accept on a loss because I felt further away from my goals. But this is leading into the next point, where you should not put a timeline on your trading. If you put a timeline on your trading like I did, I was like, you know what, 2 years I want to be profitable, maybe even less, like a year I want to be profitable. And that messed with my psychology quite a bit. That was probably a really big barrier in why it took me even longer than it should have to get profitable. Was I put a timeline on my trading. I was like, you know what, 2 years I want to be profitable, I want to be making this money. I wrote it down on my whiteboard right next to me. I was like, by the end of 2023 I want to be making, I don't remember the exact, I think it was maybe like $50, so it was something crazy at the end of each week. And you know what, that just hindered my progress, and I was just putting so much focus on like, I want to achieve this now, instead of actually building the skill set, building the just the foundation I needed to actually get to the point of even just making $10 a day, which I am pretty much making now. Usually it's a little bit more, but you know, I needed to build the foundation for that, and I did not have that back then because I had a timeline on my trading. I didn't want to actually go through the long process. And then also with a lot of prop firms, I'd say that most people want to just take prop firms to take the shorter route, because if you're trading on a prop firm, you pass phase 1 and pass phase 2, the payout you're going to get from any account is going to be much larger than when you're starting on a small account. But that's when people are shortening their timeline. They're putting a timeline on when they want to be successful in trading, and then they're going with a prop firm. They're like, okay,
I'm going to pass phase 1, and most people don't even pass phase 1, and then they're like, I want to get a payout and then quickly take that and throw it into my live account or whatever they want to do and keep just scaling prop firms. But I don't think that's the right way to go. I think you should take the long path like I am doing now on a live account and build your capital slowly over months, over years. Everyone has been preaching this from the beginning. Prop firms aren't reliable, and we've seen that with all the prop firms that have gone down, especially like my FOREX funds or whatever the name was. They went down while I was using them. So you have to just be careful and just not put a timeline and accept that trading is going to take 5 years to start making a little bit of cash. Like for me, I truly believe it's probably going to take another 1-2 years for me to actually be making like really good profits. Like right now I'm making like between $10 to $15 a trade profit, so it's not like it's a crazy amount, and I'm going to slowly up my risk soon, but then it's going to go from like $5 stop loss to like $7.5 stop loss. So it's still going to take time to get there, and to get to the larger amounts, it is still going to take a couple more years. But I truly believe it is going to happen, but you can't put a timeline on your trade. The only way you are going to reach a payout or passing phase 1 of a prop firm or passing phase 2 or even getting a withdrawal on a live account is by being disciplined. Everyone preaches this, and I'm preaching it because I've gotten my payout, and I'm gonna tell you the only way you can do it is by being disciplined. You have to literally come to the charts and not take anything that does not look good to you or that does not follow your criteria. And this links with having a timeline. If you're disciplined, you know, okay, I don't see a trade today, I'm gonna be disciplined, I'm not gonna take a trade today, this doesn't look great, it doesn't follow my criteria, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. Then the next day you come back, maybe you don't get something else, but you need to be disciplined to stop yourself from taking a trade. The next thing is a little bit controversial because a lot of people go against this, but I'd say invest in yourself by buying courses, by buying people's discords. This helped me a lot in my progress, or my what's the word called? But buying discords and buying courses helped me a lot in my process, in my journey. It helped me just like get a better understanding of the charts. And I'm not saying buy mine, I don't have anything to sell at the moment, but I am working on that. But buy people's discords, buy people's courses. You know, a lot of them are very, very educational, and a lot of people say, so a lot of people hate them and call people gurus who have courses, but they're only there to educate you. That's the way I see it. So I bought Doyle's Discord, and that's what I used to educate myself, and I invested in myself, and that is definitely what has helped me to get to where I am today. The next thing is you need to believe in yourself. If you don't have the belief in yourself, you're going to achieve what you want to achieve. It's just not going to happen. And a lot of times in my journey, I doubted myself. I genuinely like refused to believe at some points that it was even possible for me to get a withdrawal. Like there was months I'd just go of losses, weeks I'd just have unprofitable weeks, but you have to have a firm belief in yourself that you are going to achieve it. And this year definitely tested me quite a bit after losing, or just like not passing the funding pips 5k challenge and pretty much losing the 25k challenge. I was like, no, man, I'm in 2 years of trading. This is just not working for me. But I kept the belief in myself. I was like, a live account, you know what? I have never tried this before. Let me try this. And it actually ended up working out. So I'd recommend just going with a live account. And also you have to have a firm belief in yourself, else nothing is going to happen. And then the most important point is you need to be patient at all costs. You need to be patient. You need to wait for, this links in with discipline, but you need to be patient and wait for the best setups. If there's not a trade, get off the charts. You need to be patient. While you're in a trade, you need to be patient. You need to let the trade play out. There's sometimes where you're going to enter a trade, they're going to get really close to your stop loss, and then they're going to reverse. You have to be mentally strong. You have to be mentally patient to go, you know, I'm just going to let this trade play out. And there's been so many times in my journey where I just have not decided to be patient, where I was like rushing to get in a trade, rushing to get out of a trade, and this does mess with your psychology quite a bit. So you do need to be very patient each and every day when you come to the charts. Day trading has made me more disciplined, more patient, and not just in trading, but in all the areas of my life. Like through day trading, I have been able to create a YouTube channel, which has led to a new income source. Like, and this is just the beginning. Like, don't get me wrong, this is just the beginning. I'm very, very, very early on in my journey. It's not like I'm making huge amounts or crazy amounts of money, but this is just the beginning. This is pretty much just the documentation for when I look back at it in a couple years. I'm going to look back at this exact video. I'm going to go, oh damn, look how much I was making then compared to how much I'm making now. I was like, this was just the beginning of the process, and I decided to document it. So day trading has just improved all aspects of my life, where it comes to like building healthy relationships with money, and just being disciplined, being more patient, and just being more focused, and knowing hard work leads to results. And you know, just day trading has completely changed the way I look at life, and it's just impacted me positively. This is proof that it is possible to become profitable in 2 years, in 3 years. If you just put your mind to it, if you believe in yourself, anything can happen. You have to be disciplined though, and nothing is going to happen without hard work. But it is definitely possible, and here is proof. Literal proof that it is possible. But make sure you guys keep grinding, keep getting to the next level, and I'll see you guys in the next video.